whatever you're seeking, you shall find. Right. So I'm rereading the 4 Hour Work Week, and the quote in the book, the entire book. I read the book. This is my 4th time reading it. I never heard this quote in the book. My 4th time reading it because of where I was at in life. It said, "Your success is directly determined by how many difficult conversations you're willing to have, and you're currently living a nightmare because you're unwilling to have those conversations." And it, bro, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I'm like, I called you, like, bro, we got to have this conversation.
Yeah.
And we did, and all parties came out.
It's actually smoother than we could have expected.
Yeah. It's crazy when you have tough conversations, how the other party wanted to have the conversation too.
Yeah.
And y'all were both doing something you didn't want to do because y'all were scared to bring it up. And then when you bring it up, it's like, well, I was thinking the same thing too. And actually, we're both better going our separate ways amicably, and both parties ended up happier.
100%. Yeah, so that was kind of the first domino. And then from there, we went right into...
Well, no, second domino, which I didn't tell you about. The second hardest conversation we had to have, after that, was like, are we going to go all in on this?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that conversation.
That was around this time last year.
It was.
Remember, it was right before.
It was around this time last year.
Yeah. Right after our equity experience event.
Yes, and I literally remember this conversation verbatim because we were talking about look, you've developed your own personal brand as the financial advisor and world-class investor that you are. I built my I built my brand on being a tax advisor for the culture and all these things. And it was like, bro, we put tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars behind our individual brands. Are we going to come together and make this Melanin Money brand bigger than our separate brands?
Right. Because
it's going to cut into how we built our own brands. It's definitely going to cut into the money that we're making, because now we have to share the money that we were making individually. And like that, bro, that was a scary conversation for me, because as you know, like I feed my family with the money that I make. Like my entire family depends on me. So I'm like, we had that real conversation. Like, look, bro, if we go put our money together, we got to put all our business on the table. Like, how much are you currently earning right now? What do you need to survive? What are your goals? Who's depending on you?
Right.
Because what we can't do is we can't just go into this partnership thinking that it's going to be all roses and sunshines when we got actual things we got to pay for and actual people depending on us.
Right.
So us having that real conversation, and I always remember your wife coming to sit down with us and was like, yo, like, I was asked, like, yo, do you really think if we come together, do you really think that we can do this and make it bigger than something that we do individually? And she said, there's no doubt in my mind that if y'all go all in on this, this will be bigger than anything that y'all can do individually. Right. And that gave me, like, as a third party person coming in, that gave me more confidence in that moment than anything that we could have said together.
No, 100%. And I think what's so dope about it is, I don't, like, while we both believe that, otherwise we wouldn't have went all in, and me being the visionary that I am, the speed at which it happened, I don't know if I could have predicted. I don't like, I felt like it was going to be a 24-month, 36, like the fact that like these dominoes are falling as fast as they're falling, I think is a God rewarding us. Like, it's still hard, right? Which we're going to talk about today, but like letting us know, like, I want to show y'all early because y'all, I got some big things y'all got to do, but like this was the decision that you should have made, right? And so yeah, that was a tough conversation, because again, to Carter's point, like, we were who we were separately, and then now it's like it's almost a risk to come together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, is that gonna work? This is already working, right? I got this business that I've automated. It's like I don't have to meet with clients anymore. It's smooth sailing. Do I really want to do this? But when I think about fulfillment and legacy and impact, it's like, yes, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do it I couldn't do it on my own. I'm not going to have ego. Like, I could not have done, this year would have not been the same if we didn't partner, right? I can confidently say that. I can put my ego aside and know that like we are better as a collective, right? And so one of the first things we were able to do, like literally, I feel like it was days after having that not the conversation in December, but the conversation about our other partner, we talked to Dave Shands. And he's like, yeah, let's do a podcast tour together, right? Literally days, I almost got like the first thing, like, okay, you did what you're supposed to do. Now, all right, now you said you want to do a podcast tour. So we announced a podcast tour.
Who are we to go on tour?
Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Well,
like, ego aside.
With these shades on, apparently, right?
Yeah. But this is us, like,
just being funny.
Yeah, no, like this is us at the beginning of the year. Like, who were we to?
And let me tell you the sickest one. The crazy part about it is the original plan was to do 2 cities a week, back to back. Right, for like back to back. 2 cities a week. Like, it was insane. And let me tell y'all something. Like, we are online. We're entrepreneurs, but like we do a lot online, right? So we can send emails, send texts out, and get 3, 4, 5, 600 people in a room in 7 days. In person is to get somebody to leave their house, take their bonnet off, do their hair, put their makeup on, put that drip on. Like it's a different ball game, right? And you'll see some of the evolution in our marketing efforts in 2024 to speak to that, because it's different. Like we didn't know what we didn't know. And here's another thing, entrepreneurs, like your success is not transferable, right? You have to be a student. Whenever you do something new, you got to be a student to that thing. Just because you're successful in another lane, don't have ego and think like, oh well, shoot, yeah, we like it's easy, it's nothing. We get 500 people, 600 people in the room on a Tuesday. Of course, we're gonna be able to pack out a tour
on a webinar, easy
right?
money.
No sir,
person,
no sir.
Bro.
It's work, right? And I'm glad to say that we did it. But when I tell you, we earned every seat.
Everybody in that room was earning. Look, if you came to any stop on the podcast tour, I love you. We love you because it was not easy. It was not easy, and it was an ego check.
It was an ego check.
It was an ego check.
Yeah,
we had venues that were like, it was funny. It was like, we want venues that could fit 250, 300 people. Then it just so happened that we could only find venues that fit about 100, 125 people.
Yeah.
And God knew, because I remember for that first stop in Houston, we were like, bro, we got like half the room filled.
We got to figure this out.
And we 2 days out, and we only got 50% of the room tickets sold. So we had to do some guerrilla marketing strategies. Right. It ended up packing the room. And the crazy thing, we packed out every single stop, but it took everything out of us to pack.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something that this year also taught me, y'all, and my therapist told me: evidence over emotion. What I've learned about my people is that y'all gonna show up, but y'all gonna show up at the last minute, right? At the last minute. And so even though we know that, right, sometimes the emotion of like, oh my gosh, like the event's here, we're supposed to be these great entrepreneurs, and like, where are the people at? The tickets ain't sold yet. Like the emotion,
you can't fake,
you can't finesse,
you can't fake the recap. If the seats,
there's only so many angles. You know what I'm saying? Hey, no, videographer, get like pan down, get this top right corner,
get the side of his head, the side of her head, then pan to us, bro.
Yeah, why the cut so fast? Because it's 7 people. Like you can't finesse that, right?
Yeah.
Videographers over there sweating like, bro, like I'm not a magician. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he having to take up one of the seats.
Yeah. Got that selfie style. You know what I'm saying? Like hey, yeah. But nah, man, this is serious. Like, so y'all, like we tell y'all we had to learn. It was a learning curve, and so we know we don't have the Beyonce effect, right? It's not that we can drop something at midnight and we wake up and it's sold out yet. And so, next year, so now for me, that's the new excitement of the new challenge of like being able to pack a room out with 1,000 people, right? So this year was hundreds. My goal is we'll have at least one event next year that's thousands. And then from there, we out of here, right?